And that's what we're going to get into. Like you're saying, like someone, Ms. Barbie said, is she trying to repel attacks or not attract them in the first place? Great. I love when y'all have questions because it gives me something to build on, because I have a lot of information here. As you see, the computer shut down, but I got a lot of information to go over here that will go into that. So, like I was saying, we got the book here. The next book that we're going to go into, we're going to go back to the personal magnetism, but now we're going to go into the next book here, and we're going to go into the nature of psychic attacks. We're going to go into those psychic attacks. We're going to go into how others can attack us, how we can repel those attacks, or how we end up having them attracted to us in the first place. So you got to first understand the essence of a psychic attack. This comes from the book by Dion Fortune. This is well, that's the nature of psychic attacks. That's what we're going into. But the book is Dion Fortune, Psychic Self-Defense. Dion Fortune, Psychic Self-Defense. This is the book that I'm going to send you right after this as well. Thank you, Ms. Barbie. The attacks are getting stronger and stronger. The main reason why the attacks are becoming stronger and stronger is because a lot of people, like I was saying at the beginning, may not have an understanding or awareness of these particular aspects of themselves. So they're open to these attacks. They're open from other people that are having a conscious awareness of this, to be able to manipulate you and use you. Once you know your own energy, it's hard to be manipulated by others because you recognize the interference, or you recognize the interference, or you recognize the abnormality of your thoughts. These aren't regular thoughts that you may have been thinking normally. This isn't the way that you feel every day. This isn't the energy that you have all the time. What's going on now? Don't jump straight into psychic attacks, because psychic attacks is something that can be rare, but it is something that happens a lot of times. So you have to know how to know the nature and know how to diagnose if that is a psychic attack. I would suggest anyone that feels that they're under any type of psychic attack and they have any physical symptoms to first go into medical help. As far as it goes, I know how we have a feeling about doctors, but sometimes we got to look at the physical aspect of our bodies first to see if that's what the problem is. You could have something going on, low sodium, and it can take over your brain and have you having feelings and things that seem like psychic attacks. So diagnosing yourself with a psychic attack is a very sensitive subject, because sometimes we can curse ourselves, or we can be in paranoia based on some things that might be happening in our lives. But no need to be paranoid, because I'm here and you're here learning about these certain aspects. Yes, we are. Are we getting attacked by those who are not conscious to it unknowingly? Yes, we are. Every day. We're always picking up energy. We're always picking up energy from different individuals, because everybody is vibrating at a certain rate. Like we were saying before, earlier, when we say our mental space, our energy, our mental atmosphere that we were talking about, and our thoughts being forces of energy, certain people vibrate at such a low rate that they also have a way of being able to push energy towards you, especially if you're not protected, or especially if you're not aware of it. And we're going to get into that with the energy vampire. So let's go into the nature of the psychic attacks, coming from the book Dion Fortune. Dion Fortune, the psychic self-defense. There's so much other things in here, but this is one of the main things I wanted to pay attention to, because this is a part that I really understand when it goes into the mental, the subconscious level of an energy attack, you know. So when we talk about the aspect of energy, or psychic attacks, when we talk about the nature of it, we got to look into, like we said, we're looking at this from a metaphysical aspect. We're looking at this from a telepathic aspect. We're looking at this from a thought force energy aspect of it, from thoughts being a force of nature that has an actual resonance field and actually has a potency and can be directed. That's what we're looking at this from. So the essence of psychic attack is to be found in the principles and operation of telepathic suggestion. Boom. That's the key word. Write this down. Suggestion. Suggestion, repetition, suggestions. You notice when that person that has that personal magnetism or has that, they do just like I did. They do the repeating of words. You'll see an orator, change gonna come. Make America great again. You know, people that you know shouldn't have so much influence, but they do have this influence because they're using their personal magnetism. They're using their personal magnetism. They're using their life force energy to create their reality. They're using their life force energy to be able to take the attacks. How you got to think about how much is up against these people that are maybe orators or maybe public figures. You got to think about how much attacks they're under, but they seem to still not fall. I wonder why. Because they had this aspect of reality. So, like we were saying, the suggestions. So when you go into suggestions, there are three kinds of suggestions. We got conscious suggestions and we got hypnotic suggestions. So we got conscious suggestions and then we got hypnotic suggestions. So the goal is to get past that conscious mind to get to that subconscious mind. The subconscious mind being the aspect of ourselves that's past the conscious mind. The subconscious mind, if you're not familiar with it, it keeps track of our thoughts, our emotions, everything is within our subconscious mind. Many things that we do physically, automatically, such as breathing, such as our heart beating, and these things that's done in the subconscious. The subconscious is the program. I like to say the subconscious is the program that we create our reality off of. So those are the thoughts that other people have told you about yourself may still be there. The subconscious may have that area of your mind that still has old things your parents told you about you, society told you about you, the culture that you come up in. Those are all within the subconscious. Now, if we just sit there and let it run on autopilot, then we're susceptible. Look at me trying to use a word. We can get under attack if we don't have an understanding of our subconscious. If we let it roll on autopilot, it's going to give us what the world's going to give us. And as you can see, what the world is giving us is not always in the best interest of us. Is that real or not? Is that real or not? Not to be negative, just to be real. So suggestion is distinguished by threats and appeals to reason. This is where it kind of get, this is from the 1900s, so certain words on it may be a little harder to read, but I want to go into, okay, so auto-suggestion. So the auto-suggestion is what's given, is given by one's own conscious mind to one's own subconscious. Hold on, let's go back up though real quick. I'm sorry. Let me go back because I want to talk about, let's see if they got this one there. Okay, now basically, so like we said, when it comes to the subconscious mind and when it comes to the conscious mind, you have an aspect of the subconscious mind. This is why it's so hard. This is when it goes into raising your own vibration. This is why it's so hard to get new thoughts to come in. This is why it's so hard for us to be able to change our mind, change our reality, make a change. You know, you might be doing something wrong. You got a habit there, but you can't break it because that habit exists in that subconscious. And that subconscious has a way of lowering our vibration if we are unconsciously accepting things about ourselves. So somebody might have told you was lazy. Somebody might have told you you were lower. Somebody might have tried to gaslight you, a narcissist, and knock you down, or you might have went through a trauma. Now that might be imprinted in your subconscious. Now that subconscious imprint is there. Now you're creating these things in your conscious reality. So now when you bring something new into it, we have a thing which we call the reticular activating system, where they actually have a way of they'll have a way of stopping new thoughts coming in. It's like a bodyguard to the subconscious. But the whole goal of suggestion or auto suggestions is to get past that conscious block, and hit somebody in their subconscious. And that's the whole goal of any type of programming. That's the whole goal of someone repeating things to you. That's the whole goal of advertisement. That's the whole goal of social media. That's the whole goal of influencing and influencers. It's funny, the word is influencers. They're influencing through their own personal magnetism or whatever they may be using. Not to say that this is a bad thing. You're supposed to use your magnetism to influence the world, to create the things that you want to see instead of being influenced or being attacked by the world. So when you go into the suggestions, the auto suggestions is the ones that's given by your own conscious mind to one's own subconscious. Now you may ask, why can I not give orders to my subconscious mind direct? Now that's where we go into it. Well, what we were talking about when I was saying like the subconscious mind is basically like an aspect of us that's an older aspect of ourselves. The subconscious mind is ancient. The subconscious mind speaks a language that we may not be able to understand. So that's why when you say things like I say with advertisement, when I say things like advertisement using certain imagery has a way of imprinting our subconscious mind. That's where the auto suggestion comes in. Now, a lot of times we have to know how our subconscious mind speaks to us, and we have to realize how the subconscious is, how it speaks, how it talks. How do we talk? How does it talk to us? See, like I just said, the subconscious mind is ancient. So subconscious mind comes from a time before it was language, before it was speech, before we were talking. So trying to talk to the subconscious mind in your regular voice may not work. Now it can work over time with the repetition. Like I said, someone continues to repeat something, it can be imprinted within you as your own thoughts over time. But the best way to do it is where you sneaking past that security guard. And that's where symbols and sigils and logos come into effect. So when you see this world, when you realize like you're being manipulated, your mind, the whole goal of advertisement, the whole goal of a system, the whole goal of other individuals is to be able to use things that's going to sneak past your conscious awareness, hit you in the subconscious, and then you don't even know where it came from. You're looking around like, where did that come from? Where did that thought come from? Why did I even think that? Why do I even feel about myself like this? Why am I even believing what they're saying about me? So you might have a person that keeps repeating the same thing over and over to you. You ain't this, you ain't that. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do that. Before you know it, you believe that about yourself, because they have snuck past that conscious mind repeating that, and you have accepted it due to the fact that they influenced you that way. But when you stand up, and when you take advantage of your own subconscious, then that's when they can't touch you. That's how you avoid it, by being aware. That's step number one. So like I say, the subconscious mind talks in signs and symbols and images. So that's where it plays a role. Now, this is the way that you influence your own world through signs, symbols, sigils, imagery, and visualization. That is the way that you actually be able to protect yourself and to be able to have the type of outcome that you're truly looking for. The outcome that you're truly looking for by having control over your own subconscious in your own mental space. So how do you do that? You do that with making your own sigils. And I will send you this book where it does give you certain sigils and certain things that you can use that will be able to protect you, or you'll be able to look at, and it'll be able to affect your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind talks in symbols. The subconscious mind talks in logos. The subconscious mind speaks in repetition. The subconscious mind also speaks in trauma. You can get to the subconscious and get past that conscious awareness through a trauma. So you see people going through these traumatic situations, abuse, sexual abuse, different things of this nature, and they never seem to be right after that, or they have a hard time being right, or they have a lot of mental health issues and a lot of other problems after that. someone has imprinted into their subconscious mind. And that's just the honest truth. So when you see these rituals and you see these conspiracies out here and you see these people using certain sigils and certain mantras and certain tones, subconscious speaks in tones. The subconscious speaks in sound waves. The subconscious speaks in thought vibrations. So having awareness of all of this is how you program your subconscious. And through visualization, like that question was, through visualization, we can affect the subconscious. Once again, the subconscious speaks in imagery. The subconscious speaks through images. So when you see things like a vision board, that's why it works. Having a vision board, cutting out pictures of things that you may want to manifest in your reality, putting things very close to you that you can see that house that you want. You can see that car that you want. You can see a healthy body that you want, and you can repeat it and continue to see that on the regular. That will become your reality. That will become your thought vibration. That will become what your subconscious is looking for in this outside reality, to bring the bridge of incidents together where you can find those things that happen into your world. That's how visualization works. And when we get to the end of protecting, we're going to talk about how you visualize white light or visualize a protective shield around yourself to be able to protect yourself from psychic attacks. Now let's go back. Let's go back into it. Now, where were we? Now, what have we went into so far? We went into the emotional body, we went into the spiritual body, we went into the physical body, we went into the life force energy. We went into once we went into the life force energy, we went into the prana, we went into personal magnetism and how people are able to use magnetism on you to be able to influence you. That's why a lot of people that are influencers, a lot of people that are politicians, orators, or big people in history have had this ability to be able to draw the crowd into their mental atmosphere that we talked about. We were going into the subconscious mind and how the subconscious mind speaks in symbols, imagery, and logos. A lot of times when you see advertisement, you see them speaking in symbols. You see ancient symbols on the pyramids. You see symbols from you see symbols and logos. Every company has a logo. Every company has a sigil, but you can make your own sigil. That means your own thing. So when you write it out, what you want, the intention behind it, based on you using your thought vibration and your thought energy and your own mental space and your own intention, then your sigil is personal to you. You hang it up on the wall as a vision. You hang it up on different areas in your room. Like right now behind me, I got the Buddha because it represents the meditation to me. It's not necessarily Buddha. You have a way of being able to change your own and have your own definition on things that you have around you. That's your power. That's your ability. That's your God-given right. Then we went into the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, how the whole goal of anybody that's trying to run game on you, any program, is to try and get past your conscious awareness and get straight to that subconscious. And a lot of people are not aware of that it even happens. And that goes into auto-suggestion. Like I said, someone can either do it automatically, they can do it to you, or they can be doing it unconsciously, and we'll get into that with energy vampires. So now let's go from auto suggestion to hypnotic suggestion. Oh, excuse me. Where is that? Hold on, because they got some good examples in here and all. Like this is a very good book. I wish I could get more into it, but let me see. So let's see. Because my main goal was to look into these suggestions, because we can make our own suggestions to ourselves of what we want to create. So that's another beautiful thing about it. But hypnotic suggestion. These are suggestions that happen literally when we're asleep. Suggestions made during sleep, and to some extent, we may not be aware of it. Hold on, let's see. Let me see. And then even in this book, they go into, when they say hypnotic suggestion, they also go into like telepathic suggestions. They go into telepathic suggestions. Let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find it. I'm really enjoying this group. I appreciate y'all input. I appreciate you, Empress. Letting me know that I'm doing a great job of getting this information to you. Hold on, because I was. And another thing, this book is also, yeah, give me some of that Abby. This book is also available on this book is also available on YouTube as an audio book, free. Psychic Self-Defense, Dion Fortune, Psychic Self-Defense, YouTube. It's a good, I'm going to send that to y'all all. You'll get a whole email after this over with the recording, the two books that I'm going to give you, as well as the audio books or anything else that I might come up or think of in this presentation. So you'll get all of that after the class. So if you're missing anything, you'll have this video on repeat, and you'll also have ways to study yourself, because you're really the one with the power. I'm just putting you on game. Y'all are the one with the power. I'm just putting you on game. Just putting you on game. Just like I got put on game. I'm putting you on game. That's it. Because you're the one with the power. If you weren't here, I wouldn't be here. You feel me? So I appreciate y'all again. but okay, so let's go into it. So hypnotic suggestion, that's certain things where hypnotic suggestion is certain things where people can be hypnotized. People can put you on hypnosis. I want to use this in a way of let's switch it up a bit. Let me use this in a basic way. Let me use this in a day-to-day way. Let me use it in a real-time 2024 way. All right. I watched a movie yesterday with me and my old lady. We watched a movie called Mia something. I forgot her name. Kelly Rowland was in it. Yeah, Kelly Rowland. She's beautiful. The movie was very good. Now, one of the things that I noticed with the movie was the art of seduction. In this movie, basically, if you haven't seen it, has anybody seen it? Y'all seen it yet? But if you ain't seen it anyway, the basis of the movie is someone is getting seduced. She's getting seduced throughout the whole movie. The main character there, he is a womanizer, they'll say. She's being manipulated through the whole movie through various outlets and various people around her. And that movie made me think of this class. The movie made me think of this class because it was so many ways that they were manipulating her. And when I say real time, I'm talking about like, this is how this works. Let's say you're a woman. Let's say a man comes up to you, and that man, the main thing, his goal is to take his main goal is to take your defense down. His main goal is to take your defense down. So you may get, and this goes into narcissism, you may get bombarded with compliments. You may get bombarded with different things. The person may gaslight, may make you feel good about yourself, and then out of nowhere take it away from you. This person makes you put your guard down. This person keeps spending time with you. They keep bringing you up. They keep making you think you everything in their world, and they use you up, and then they throw you away. And that's because that person has a way of putting you under their hypnosis. That person has a way of putting you under their trance. It can be people can glamorize you or mesmerize you in different ways. So somebody may mesmerize you with their clothes. Someone may mesmerize you with how they portray themselves as bigger than life. Someone can hypnotize you with their voice tone. Now, this is all real-time information that you can use and that you can be aware of. See, by the end of the movie, she realized that he was a snake, but by the time she realized he was a snake, she had already put her guards down, and the next thing she knows, she was affected by him, and it changed her whole life and her whole reality. And she was also being gaslighted by her husband's people that were making it even worse. But that's just a movie to check out, because I want to get into things that you can use now. So if you're going through something where you're dating people and you're finding different people, look for these aspects in people, because you can really realize who somebody is to you. You can really realize their intention and their true efforts that they want to have with you, or their true intention that they want to have with you here. So that's hypnotic suggestion, where someone, and like it was saying, it can go through while you're sleeping. Hypnotic suggestion can also happen while you're sleeping. Hypnotic suggestion is also good where you can use it your way by using subliminal affirmations while you sleep. This is another way to get your vibration higher to be able to deflect certain things that may come up in the prior day. So when you go to sleep, that's one of the most important times of your the important times of when the brain is in a certain wave pattern state or a certain restore level where it can be easily suggestible because the conscious mind is sleep. The conscious mind is sleep. The subconscious is open. So getting subliminals where or playing certain tones while you're sleeping can raise your vibration for the next day because you're asleep while your subconscious is still recording. That's how you get new scripts. Sleep meditation. That's another good way of being able to do the hypnotic suggestion. Woo, we done went in. We done went in. We have went in. Let me see if let's see. A lot of another way people will copy you. They will copy the things that you're doing in order to get you to like them more. They will copy you. They will mirror you. People will mirror you. Not a sleep time, not a sleep meditation, but I am on Insight Timer with my meditation. I got one for you. I got you. And I also got some certain tablets that I take during sleep, and it takes me to another mind state with it as well. But we'll go into that a little bit later as well. But yeah, like I was saying, so people have a way of mirroring you and having just to say the things that you into, like, hey, you seen this show? Yeah, I was watching that show. Da, da, da. They have listened to you. They have heard the things that you said already. They have told you, they have told you all this. You told them everything they need to know. So now they can mirror you and use that against you. That's another form of hypnotic suggestion. Ain't that right, babe? That's right. There you go. You told me about it. But that is a lot of times, like they say, well, every player say you get the mind, you got the body. I always have to use that. I'm gonna keep it real in here tonight. Yeah. But let's keep going there from there. So okay, here we go. So this is another part of the book that goes into the suggestions though. In most cases, suggestions made are never recognized as coming from the outside, but are only discovered after they have matured in the subconsciousness and are beginning to take effect. So a lot of times people don't even realize what's happening to them until the seed in the subconscious has already been planted. But when you know what to look for, ain't nobody plant no seed in your garden unless you want it there. That's your choice. You feel me? So, but they've matured, been sown in our mind and by the mind of another. But in due course, germination takes place and the strong growing begins. It appears above the threshold of consciousness as if it were native to us, as if it was our thoughts after a while. They make their suggestion harmonize with our personality. For if they do not, then the subconscious would just kick it out. They'll be like, that ain't the thought that I would think. But if they mirroring you, if they building you up, if they putting your guard down, if they've told you everything that you needed to hear, everything you ever wanted to hear, if they influence your traumas, then bam, they got you. They got you. They can plant that seed in you to the point where you might not even notice it came from them. They'll match your personality. They'll reinforce it over and over. So for the thought seed of suggestion to take place, they must find the proper soul for it to be laid at. In order for someone to use this against you with a psychic attack, they have to be able to have the soul to seed it in. So we create that soul that they can lay that seed in to be able to grow it. When we put our guards down, they got access to our garden. Put that gate up. Bam, put the gate up. Keep out. No trespassing. We doing some over here. No trespassing unless I let you in to my gates. And that could come from a job, that can come from a spouse, that could come from your parents, that can come from anybody. This is your life. This is your life force energy. I'm into my mode now. I'm freestyling. The computer tried to go down. Now I'm going into my mode of where I feel like the intention that we said earlier was probably supposed to be said to you all. Are y'all with me still? Y'all with me? Am I going to the left too far? Y'all still with me? We still understanding each other? Let me know in the chat. Let me know while I take a drink real quick. Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Y'all here? Appreciate you, Barbie. Appreciate you, Cassandra. Come on, everybody else. Where you at? Where you at? If you here, you doing another thing, Pink Diamond. You with me? Vanessa, you with me? Ain't nobody gonna play with y'all no more. Nobody gonna play with y'all no more. Especially women. You know, especially women. It can be easily influenced, but when you gain the aspect of your power, oh man, you're forced to be reckoned with. You are forced to be reckoned with. When you gain control of your own power, when you know what he's running, when you know not to be paranoid or anything, but you know what's going on around you, you able to take care of yourself. You able to take care of your mental energy space. It ain't about being a man or a woman. Nobody has any power over you unless you allow them to have the power over you. Unless you allow them to have that power over you. They can't get into your gate of your subconscious unless you let them have it. I appreciate y'all for still being here with me. Let's keep going. Let's keep it rolling. We got about another hour here. We're making good time. We're making good time. We're making good time. We're making good time. All right, so let's go back into the soul. Let's go back into the soul of the being for somebody to be able to plant a seed somewhere, it has to have a fertile ground. It has to have a fertile ground. And this will go into why other people may unconsciously be doing psychic attacks or being an energy vampire or being influenced by lower nature entities because they got the soul and they got enough negative thoughts and enough things going on that they can be influenced by the outside reality very easily. And people look for people like that. They look for people like that. So just like this book says, it says knowledge is necessary to protect. And it is knowledge which I intend to give in these pages. That's what she went into, Dion Fortune. She goes into way more into this. But let us now consider an example of how a psychic attack operates in the realms of the mind. There's neither time nor space. That's another important aspect of it. There's no past, there's no future. If you're thinking about something in the past, it has a way of being in your vibrational essence at that moment. You could think of something right now that happened years ago, and you could either get sad or happy about it, correct? See, our mind travels through time and space. You could think about something right now, and you could get sad. You could think of a song, you can hear a song, and it could take you back to that very area of your life. You could think of that person that you were with when you heard that song. You could think about your mama playing it as you cleaning up the house. See, our mind can travel past, present. Time is not nothing in the realm of the mental realm that we were talking about, or the spiritual realm. See, okay, so boom, 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 boom. Okay, so here we go. So now we'll go into the nature of psychic attacks, or we'll go into the nature of thought transference, just how we're emitting thoughts off of us here. Now, as in the realms of the mind, there is neither time nor space, as we understand them. I do not propose to argue this statement philosophically, but state it as fact of experience, which anyone who is accustomed to operating on the inner planes will have shared. And that's what I was talking about as far as it goes with the fact that our minds are only, it doesn't have any time or space. So this is how it works. Now, if we picture someone in our mind, and we picture them clearly, it is as if we are face to face with them, correct? We can picture this person. You can think of somebody, and it's as if you're face to face with this person at this time. If we picture them vaguely, it's as if we're seeing them at a distance. Being in a mental vicinity of a person, we can create a thought atmosphere by dwelling upon certain ideas and connections with them. So this is going into how the psychic attack works, how thoughts get transferred. This doesn't necessarily have to be an attack. This can just be something you could send love to someone. You could send healing to someone. I could send something to you all as we're sitting here, with the energy, if that was where my thoughts were at. Or you could send something to me. You see what I mean? That's how I look at it. That's how I see it, at least. That's why I was into the intention and the things like that at the beginning. But okay, this is how spiritual. Okay, like they said, this is how spiritual healing is done. The affirmations of Christian science are used in order to get the mind of the healer into a certain emotional state, and the condition effectually influences the mind of the patient with whom he has put himself in rapport with. They have agreed. They have came into an agreement with this healing. So that's how healing works when it comes to that. Hold on. There we go. There we go. Now, this power, however, can be used for evil as well as good. The founder of Christian Science, whatever with that part. But basically, like in general, you have to be aware of the power of the mind, and you have to be aware of thought vibrations and the fact that you can send certain thoughts to other people and wish healing on them or wish harm. And if that person may not be protected, they may be a victim to that constantly and being bombarded. Any message to the subconscious mind must be couched in very simple terms, because the subconscious thought is a primitive form of mentation developed before spoken language was known to mankind. The primary aim of suggestion is to create, we're just going over it again. The primary primitive form of mentation developed before spoken language was known to mankind. The primary aim of the suggestion is to create the mental atmosphere about the soul of the person, whether the person is to be attacked or healed, into a sympathetic, that's your nervous system, sympathetic, that's that life force energy, until a sympathetic response or reaction. This can be that jolt you get maybe when someone's trying to heal you, that jump of your body, that you feel, that those chills, those things that you get that when you're scared too, or when when someone's pushing good energy towards you. You can feel it. I know y'all can. That's why you here. But I use the term soul to include both the mental and emotional process, but here once this okay, so basically, like up until that point. So let's say you open that gate, because that's what they go into. They go into the telepathic gate. Let's say you open up that gate. That's when the occult attack or possible healing can take place. Up until that point, you have the advantage. The defender has the advantage, because you have the advantage to throw that away. If someone's trying to program you, someone's trying to run game on you, someone's trying to put a suggestion in your mind, you have the ability to be like, no, I'm good on that. See, the person has to tell you this. That's why they tell us in the news. That's why they tell us in the media, but they'll do it in a programming way. They'll do it in signs and symbols. They'll do it in a repetitive way. They'll do it in playing the same mainstream stories over and over again until that becomes the collective belief. And then once you go against that collective belief, they got people in place to fight you for that. That do believe in it. But sex is another way. Sex is another way that a person can use their ability towards you. We talked about that before. Once you get into the physical part, the mental part of it, and then you let someone have your body as well, then that person has a direct connection to you. And sex is such a strong energy connection, and it's such a strong bond between each other, that then that person, if they don't have good intentions for you, they can influence you with those very things. And of course, we know about menstrual blood and semen and things of this nature being used in rituals and being used to control other people, because these are potent aspects of your life force energy. So that's why it's important to be aware of where you're throwing things at, you feel me? That's where they talk about this, the different things. But I don't like to get into the rituals and anything like that. If you're looking for that here, I'm sorry, I'm not really into rituals and entities and things like that. But I can go into it because it's good to know about. But yeah, so let's do a quick review once again. Then we're gonna go where was we gonna go next? Okay, so basically we went into the whole point of everything that I just did was just to show you that you're vibrational beings, to show you how you exist on many planes of existence, to show you how people use suggestions to be able to put you under their trance, to put you under their influence. We also went into personal magnetism, personal energy space, personal mental space in your aura, in your thoughts, and how they affect the energy that you are emitting out to the world. So those are some of the, so just a review of that, and also life force energy being known as prana, and being in nerve force energy is basically like the energy that comes off of our atoms and our organs and the electrical nature of our brain. So now we know that we are more than this physical body. So now we know that psychic attacks happen in the metaphysical. Now we know we have to protect this part, the unseen. Now let's go into that. Let's go into that before this class ends. Let's go into that. Let's go into that. So when we talk about psychic attacks, we have to talk about what we know as energy vampires. Some of you may be familiar with energy vampires. Some of you may not be familiar with energy vampires. I'm going to break it down. And these people are aggravating. And sometimes we could be an energy vampire without even knowing. You know what I'm saying? We can be that sometimes. So it's good to be aware, and it's good to know what an energy vampire is. And I'm going to break that down because every day we are being bombarded by certain energy. So now we know. Now we know we got life force energy. So now, can someone take this from us? Yes. Can they take it from us unconsciously? Yes. Can we protect ourselves from them taking it from us? Yes. So let's go. Let's see how this is done. So energy vampires is used in metaphorical or metaphysical sense to describe individuals who allegedly, it's not allegedly, this is for sure. I know you feel it. We all can feel it. Some of these things you have to experience in order to even know they really exist, because science doesn't always have the right words for it. Some things is just within you that you personally experienced. We all went through energy vampires, even if we didn't even know what it meant. We felt it. Like, this person just drains me. This person's so aggravated. This person got so many evil intentions. Feels like I just don't like the way this person feels when they're around me. You know what I'm talking about. So some people use the term to describe individuals who are emotionally draining, while others often associate it with more esoteric or spiritual ideas, such as we doing here tonight when we talking about energy vampires. So these are some of the signs of an energy vampire. I'm gonna kind of run through this so we can get this done. But energy vampires are someone that you will see that's constantly complaining. This individual who consistently focuses on negative aspects of life. They complain frequently and create a negative atmosphere, and that's what makes them an energy vampire. Now, if we are susceptible or in their atmosphere and we accept that, now you may love this person. This might be your mama. This might be your father. This might be your grandma. It might be somebody that's always sick. Always you call them, you just want to talk positive. They got something for you for that. And the next thing you know, by the time you hang up that phone, by the time you leave their house, you may feel drained. But it's important, if you love them, to keep your energy high, to keep your energy high. Now, don't talk over them or don't not have no empathy towards them, but understand that we're not finna sit here and keep having negativity talk. And a lot of times, this is another technique that you can use to keep an energy vampire away from you. You build your energy up. You do those sleep affirmations prior to this. You do these different things that we're talking about, building your energy up before you leave the house. You looked at your visions. You saw the imagery. You looked at your sigils. You listened to content that was influencing you in a positive way. So when you go into that room or when you go into that atmosphere, you have a direct effect on them that they can't even exist in that negativity too long. And then when you keep hitting them with positivity, they usually say, shut up. Now I don't want to hear that. Nah, that ain't the way to do it. Now you know who you're dealing with. You're not dealing with a person that's looking for a solution. You're dealing with a person that wants to take your energy from you, soak your energy up through that petty, for you feeling pity towards them, for you feeling sorry for them. And they use that energy to keep themselves going. And then after a while, it can become even malicious. So that's why it's so important to pay attention to that. But if you love them and you care about them, use your mental powers to send positive energy their way. We talked about that. Use your energy powers to send healing information, healing things to them. Set your intention of how you want the conversation to go instead of going in there and then your mom just start hitting you with all this negativity. Is this your power? Don't let them in that gate. We're going to keep calling it the gate. Don't let them in that gate. Don't let them influence you in that way. Energy vampires also caught up in excessive drama. People who bring drama and chaos into every situation, creating stress and emotional turmoil for the ones that's around them. We know these people, they have to have drama. These people might not even be able to be by themselves. These people call you and start telling you certain things. They call you about to slam the back door. Oh yeah, you got to slam the back. You got to slam the back door because sometimes they come through the back. You thinking you helping this person and you thinking you giving them some kind of information that can really help. They say, they come through the back door and they're saying, you tired, you wore out. So yeah, we slamming the back door in the front door. You're not coming through here. You're not coming through here. You're not coming through here. And isolation is good to have, but also get out there and spread your energy. You deserve it. You're beautiful. You deserve it. You know these things so you can help the world more than you can hurt the world. Your positive energy is stronger than negative energy. It's just that the world right now is being bombarded with the negative energy. So it's the main thing that we see the most of. And that's why when you're an empath or you're able to pick up energy, you just can't take it. But when you push your energy up and you do these things to bring your energy up, you go out there and you affect that world. You affect your parents. You affect that person that's hating on you. You can even put that person into their place if you really want to, if you want to go to a deeper level of even sending your thought energy to protect yourself and get somebody off of you. It's just like a gun. I feel you. Yeah. Right now, if you feel you want to be more isolated, I feel you on that. I'm telling you. She say after I get better with the protection, I'm gonna go out there. Yeah, that's very true. You got to get you. This comes over time when you're at this level. This took me years to be able to even think like this. This took me years to be able to even express this information, especially on social media where I'm getting bombarded. I got over 200,000 followers. I know that people are not sending good energy all the time. I know that I'm getting love, but I don't take either one because if I take the love, then I got to take the hate. So it's just one of those things. Like I appreciate the love and I appreciate the hate, but at the same time, you have to protect yourself when you're getting so many eyes on you and you're getting so much energy pushed your way. See, this is telepathic. That's why I make sure that I keep my energy high and I keep myself within so I can deliver these messages. Prior to talking to y'all, I did a lot of things with myself before even speaking to y'all. But okay, so we go into that. Like you say, when you get your energy right and your protection right, then you can step out and be able to influence these type of people. The other way is staying away from them because our environment affects our energy. Our environment plays a direct role on our energy. So making your environment conducive with the things that you want to manifest and the energy that you want to have will also raise your vibration. Okay, so we got the excessive drama. Then we got self-centered behaviors. So these individuals, a lot of times they have self-centered behaviors. These individuals are primarily concerned with their own needs and are not considerate of others, are energy vampires. Now you got to take care of yourself. Don't ever think that's wrong. Don't put too much on somebody else. Don't get into that mode where you like, I got to take care of everybody else and you neglect yourself. That's not what we're saying about this. We're talking about self-centered. We're talking about using people. We talking about using people. They'll use people. They'll worry about themselves. They'll go get something to eat. They didn't even think you had to eat. You done bought them something to eat every time you stepped out. But they don't think about you when they got their money and things like that. You know these people. We talking about real-time practical ways of using these types of energy and this type of understanding. We talking about real-time things. This person may not be consciously aware that they're self-centered. This person might not be consciously aware that they're an energy vampire, but you know. So we slamming the back door. But the next thing we doing here is chronic victim mentality. Chronic victim mentality. They always a victim. Those are who are constantly see themselves as victim and seek sympathy and attention may drain the emotional energy of others. We know about them, right? And this could be a collective victim. This can be a collective victimhood. You know, a lot of times people want to keep you at a victim. They want to make you seem like you're a victim of you're a victim, and they keep you at that low nature. So something might have happened to you where you were victimized, but sometimes the person that even did the thing to you, they keep you there. They keep you in that victim mind. Yeah, you're a victim of me. Yeah, you're a victim of your environment. Yeah, you're in a victimhood mind state. That's another way that people use um that's another way people that can use psychic attacks towards you. But you know, their victim mentality, they're very victim, a lot of victimhood. They're also manipulative. So this goes back into what we were saying before: manipulative people running game on you, trying to get in. They doing certain suggestions, certain things. They may give you something that you really need or want and use it against you. They may blackmail you. They may do these things like this. These are all forms of energy vampire. This is all forms of people taking something from your life force energy. Let's keep going. They have lack of boundaries. These individuals who invade your personal space, they may always touch you. They want to put their hands on you. They want to be right next to you. They want to you might say you don't eat that no more. They throw them boundaries out the way and fix you something that you say you don't eat. You might say you changing this certain thing about you. They might say, no, you're not. You can't change yourself because what about when you did this? They bring your flaws up. They bring your past up. These are all forms of energy vampires. I'm telling you, this is all forms of psychic attacks. This is all done on a metaphysical level. People just say it, psychology just say it's certain things, but really and truly, these are all forms of manipulation of your energy. So they're manipulative. Now, the next thing we're going to go into, because I see the time moving, we got about 40 minutes. Let's go into some of the signs of a psychic attack. That's where we're going next. So where were we at with it? What we're vibrational nature of ourselves, our thought vibrations. We're talking about our mental atmosphere. We affect our mental atmosphere through our thoughts and our emotions and our on in some certain holistic practices. And we're gonna get into all of that. Like I said, it's all gonna come together. And then where we went after that, we went into auto suggestion. We went into the auto suggestion with it. We went into the certain ways that we can be. Someone can sneak through the back door. Someone can sneak through the gate through the subconscious. We went into programming. We went into how we can use our own sigils and our own vision boards and our own sleep affirmations and our own suggestions into our own subconscious mind so we can create the world that we want to see. Then we went into energy vampires, and then we went into how energy vampires and showing signs of energy vampires and some of the things that they may use. Main thing they try to use is having lack of empathy and being able to manipulate you in certain ways and different and other things of that nature. We doing good, but okay. You keeping up? All right. Everybody good? Everybody good where we at so far? Any questions so far? Before we go into the next one, we're going to go into the signs of psychic attacks, and then we're going to go into how to protect yourself from the psychic attacks, and then we're going to go into questions and answers if you have any at the end there, or I might just keep building. All right, keep going. Appreciate you, Miss Lakeisha there. Miss Barnard, thank you for being here. Let's go. Psychic attacks, signs of psychic attacks. Now you can be affected by a psychic attack. You can be a strong individual and still be affected by a psychic attack. You cannot know that somebody is doing something on you. I feel all the time that I had a mindset, and then this might be the paranoia, and this might be because I'm an influencer, a social media influencer. I always had a mindset that someone's running something on me or putting out energy that I may not want towards me, because every day when I get online, someone has a negative comment. Every time I talk about these certain subjects, it's a lot of people come at me, but they don't know that I am strong. I'm a strong-willed individual. I use my willpower and I use my understanding of these laws to be able to protect myself from that, to not be bombarded by it. But that's not a here nor there. This is about you tonight. But so the signs of a psychic attack, like I said, you can be strong and you can still go through this. Now, you have to be, it's a thin line between diagnosing a psychic attack and also hysteria, mental health issues. It can be physical things, you know what I mean? So you always want to get medical help. You always want to get, I always say that, you always want to get medical assistance as well. But if you feel like they haven't helped, it could be metaphysical. And that's where metaphysicians or practitioners such as myself or healers that you can use that can help you out with these certain things. But some of the signs of a psychic attack. Now, this doesn't mean that it's automatically a psychic attack because you experiencing these things. But the psychic attack they look for. Signs of the psychic attack. Psychic attacks are said to be intentional or unintentional negative energies directed at an individual's mental, emotional, or spiritual well-being. Here are some signs that some people might attribute to psychic attack. Psychic attack, it can be, this is another one. Sudden and unexplained fatigue, feeling unusually tired or drained for no apparent reason. You wake up tired. You wake up tired. You get out the bed tired. You just, oh Lord, I don't even want to do this today. Or you might just usually be a person that have a lot of energy, and just lately you've been wore out and you're not even doing anything strenuous. You might just be sitting around watching TV all day and you just tired. You don't feel like doing nothing. Somebody might be playing with your life force energy. That's why you might be feeling drained. That's why you might be feeling tired. That's a sign of a possible psychic attack. Like I said, it's not a guarantee that it's a psychic attack, but you know your body, you know your feelings, you know when you're feeling off. You know when you're feeling off. That's right. Right. So then that's an unexplained feeling of fatigue. Another thing can be emotional disturbances. You may have a sudden and an intense emotions, negative emotions, usually if it's a psychic attack. These emotions might be anxiety, it might be fear or anger without any apparent cause. What did we say earlier about our emotional aspect of our body? What did we say earlier about our having the soul to plant a seed at? To have a soul to plant a seed, it has to be in the environment to be able to exist. So emotional disturbances such as fear, such as anxiety, such as depression, such as anger, these are all lower vibrational natures of ourselves and lower vibrational nature emotions that can cause psychic attacks to thrive in our mental atmosphere, in our emotional space, in our lives. They can thrive in there. You're always tired. You're always sad. You're always in fear. And these is a lot of signs of the energy vampire. But if you're not doing nothing about it, then you end up draining other people around you. The next thing, the sleep disturbances. Like I said, difficulty sleeping, experiencing nightmares, or waking up feeling exhausted. This is another one. That's where we go into the hypnotic suggestions, like we were saying before. The hypnotic suggestions, those things that come during people, and I wish I get more into it, but people travel. Some people are real deal practitioners of psychic attacks. Some people are deep into the occult. Some people will astral travel. Some people will show up in dreams. Certain people, not to scare you, but these are things that really happen. But being protected, you will have that gate up. So you bring your ass over here into my field or into my energy space or into my dream state. I'm sorry, my cousin, into my dream state. Then you're going to have something waiting for you. I'm going to be standing right there waiting. What's happening? Because you build your own energy up. So sleep disturbances, nightmares, constantly having someone. I need to calm down. Think that. I want to calm down a little. My bad, y'all. I get into these subjects because I'm like, man, I feel like I feel like it'd be a physical attack. Like you would defend yourself if somebody was trying to hurt you physically. You put your hands up, right? You put your hand. Why not? It don't matter the reason why they attack. You gotta put your hands up before they take you out. You know what I mean? You got to know how to defend yourself. It's like having a weapon in your hand. I can use this to protect myself. I can use this to hurt somebody. You feel me? Yeah, like a freight train. We're gonna be standing there waiting. We're gonna be standing there waiting on you, bringing that noise to us. But like you say, such as anxiety, I'm sorry, but sleep disturbances. The next thing could be physical discomfort, unexplained aches, pains, and sensations in the body. Once again, we talked about that physical body. We talked about the emotional body. So all of these components play a role in psychic attack. So if we have a certain situation where our body just feel like damn, my back hurt, this could be your bed or something like that. But if your back hurt, your legs hurt, your knees hurt, then we're going to go over a technique that they talk about in personal magnetism to put the new life force energy in you through stretches and things of that nature. So you can get those physical discomforts out of your body. A lot of times the physical discomfort can come from old energy, stagnant energy vampires still having their energy on us, weighing us down, weighing our physical body down, as well as the emotional body. So let's keep going. So mental fog, another aspect of a psychic attack, can be mental fog, difficulty concentrating, confusion, or a sense of mental haziness. You might be sharp normally, but for some reason you keep forgetting things. For something now, you might be getting old too. Now, like I say, it's always can be another aspect to this. But if this is something that's happening out of nowhere, that you just say, "Hey, this is strange that's going on in my world." Sometimes it can be things such as psychic attacks, confusion, mental fog. Keep thinking about one person over and over again. You can't get this person out of your mind. This person might be sending energy to you consciously or unconsciously. This person might be hating on you. This person might be talking about you all the time, and you just can't get them off your mind. That's a psychic attack. That's a form of psychic attack. Gossiping about you, talking trash about you, putting your name down bad, and things of this nature. Hold on, give me 1 second, y'all. But yeah, that can be, but yeah, that could be the way that they can use it. They can use it in a way of attacking your mind. Like I say, this is mind, body, and spirit, and soul. So it's different ways that this can come up. These are all signs of possible psychic attacks, especially if you're having all of these all at the same time. Another one, negative thoughts, constant negative thoughts. Oh, it can. Does the energy go back to them when they attack? It can, and that's why I'm not too. And I'm gonna talk about that probably like the last 30 minutes. But that's why I'm not too prone to throwing energy out there like that. I'm not too prone to working on other people. I like to pull myself up, my energy, me. So when you do come, like you said, I got that gate up. We putting gates up. We putting things up around us. So even if you trying, I'm working on my mental atmosphere. You're working on your power. You're working on your life force energy. You're getting your emotional body right. You getting your mind right. You getting your physical health right. You getting yourself right. So when you do come with the attack, bro, I'm a heavyweight. You see? So when they come to you with that, they're just gonna be hitting it back. That's why a lot of times when people that are like that, they never have nothing. If you really look into these people, they never have nothing. They always in a bad situation. They might come up for a little while, but they always go back because they negative. They sending out. It takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of effort to be negative like that. And then they don't understand how it plays a role on them. That's why when people think that we're being evil by learning this information, it's like you don't even understand, because I don't have time to sit there and put my intention that I can use for my good to put it towards the bad to somebody else. It's pointless because I got to get into that mode. I got to get into that angry state. I got to get into that fear state. I got to get into that state where I'm sending that energy to you, that hater state. But some people exist in that and they thrive in that because they have, most of the time, they have been victims themselves. That's usually how it goes. That's usually how it goes. That's why a lot of people project and things like that. It's not their fault all the time, but some people are consciously haters, conscious haters. They wake up in the morning and send messages and comments and do these things, and they think they funny. They want the reaction off. Now they might get a thrill. They may feed off that reaction, but at the end of the day, you got to keep doing that. You miserable. You see what I'm saying? You miserable. So as long as you keep yourself high, when they come to your gate, they're gonna be like, man, you know what? I don't even want nothing with that person. I don't even want that. They got an AK-47 over there waiting at me at the gate. I don't even need to go over there and play with them. You see what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at it when you pull yourself up. So when they energy, we reversing that energy based on the fact that we put a force field up around ourselves, which I'm gonna go into. So negative thought patterns, that's another one. That's a big one too. That's a big one because that's part of that that soul of that subconscious. Them negative thoughts, that repetition of them negative thoughts can eventually become your reality. The negative thoughts can become your reality. Yeah, go float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. There you go. You keep hitting it with the analogies and the metaphors. That's how we got to look at this. You know, these are ancient philosophies, but they're used today because we're still humans. So yeah, we float like a butterfly and we stinging like a bee. Oh, you threw that? I'm gonna throw this, and then I'm gonna throw that. But I don't feel like fighting all the time, so I'm just gonna go over here and train and make sure if you do bring your ass over, I got something for you. But so negative thought patterns, persistent and intrusive negative thoughts. Now this is intrusive thoughts. Now this can be thoughts of harming others. This could be them crazy thoughts that start coming up. You know, you ever seen someone that seems like they're possessed, and they say things like, you might watch someone that murdered somebody or did something. They say, I don't know what came over me. It's like I didn't even know what happened. Yeah, that's a deep possession. That's not just being influenced. That's being fully engulfed with those thoughts of those other individuals or possibly entities. That's a whole nother subject that I don't have time to go into. But let's just talk about practical day-to-day people trying to run this on you. So intrusive thoughts and negative and repetition of those negative thoughts that can then create that soil where they can plant that seed into your garden of your being. And then the next thing you know, you're under full attack and you're under full grasp of that person, and they're pulling from your energy. They're using your energy. They love to hear you call them and say, hey, I'm going through it, man. They love to hear that. They love to hear that. They love to hear that you ain't sleep last night, because they know what they did. And usually it can be someone that's very close to you, because that person can bring more energy behind it, because they have, like most of the time people aren't going to do it for no reason. They're not going to just, they're not just going to sit there and see you online usually and just want to go ahead and attack you, unless they just, unless they just that type of individual. But like we say, so that's some of the signs of changing behavior, like a sudden mood shifts. You can't even keep your mood right. You're happy, you're sad, you're up, you're down, your vibration low, your vibration high. You don't know what's going on. So that's another one. That's another change in behavior where you don't have control over yourself any longer. You don't feel like you have control over your emotions anymore. You just being bombarded. You might be depressed, and you're usually a happy person. That's the time to look into psychic attacks. So that's the time to raise your energy. Now I done told you all this, so now I got to tell you how to combat it. I got to tell you how to, or things that you can do that can help that. Just always. So when it comes into the ways that psychic attacks may happen, or things that may be signs of it, is look for your mindset might change, negative thought patterns, changes in your behavior, mental fog, sleeps up and down, nightmares, constantly thinking about one person, having extreme negative thoughts where your intrusive thoughts are almost taking over. You almost about to do something. You don't have control over your anger. You just snapped on your kids. You just snapped on you. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. That's something to look into. And you always got to remember, you got to take a pause sometime to get your energy right. And remember that, hey, you might be under the influence of somebody wants you to do those type of things. They gaslight you. They're pushing you to do that sometimes. And it can be kids too, just keeping it 1,000. But so the physical pain can come because the others are using your energy. So we also have to be aware, and I'm just going to speak on this real quick because I can't leave it out. People vibrate at such a low frequency. This can be those energy vampires. These can be those people that's that are negative and haters and doing things like that. These people can vibrate such at a low frequency that they become vessels for evil, regardless of their religion, regardless of their race, regardless of their status. It's about their vibration and inner thoughts about themselves and others. Individuals walking in hate and envy attract entities to them, and those thoughts can transform into actions, and they which can then be unconscious things that people do. Just look up every murder or anything like that. Look at them documentaries, and you'll see that person say, "I don't know what came over me." And then you'll ask, "So what made you become this person?" When I was 5, my mother neglected me. When I was this, I got sexually abused. My brothers beat me up, or I was in a gang, or I got shot. You know, these traumas and things is usually something that stays with people. And before you know it, they have the soul, because they may not have had a chance to heal. They may not know they need to heal. They get the soul to be able to plant the seeds that can be not just a psychic attack, but a vessel for lower vibrational entities which exist on this plane. And when we think low enough, we're more susceptible to those things. Okay, so now let's go into let's go into the there we go. Fragmented soul. There we go. See, you talking now. I like this crowd. There we go. Like, and since we can't get deep into it, I'm gonna give you a book. This is the book to look for. This is the book. This is the one that I'm on right now. Write it down. Clearing Entities by Frederick Dobson. It's an audio book on Audible. Clearing Entities by Frederick Dobson. He goes into entities. He goes into the history of the entities. He go into, genes and different things like that. So that's another. Frederick Dobson. Thank you, Miss Barbie. Frederick Dobson, Clearing Entities. It's on Audible. It's an audio book. I think they got a physical copy as well. You can get it on Amazon. Yeah, that's right, Dobson. Frederick Dobson, I think. Clearing Entities. That's a good one. But like she said, fragmented souls. Certain parts of your soul can get lost through traumas and things like that. But that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there. That goes into possession and things like that. And just know that someone can look very normal. Like I said, it doesn't matter their race. It doesn't matter their status. It doesn't matter their religion. They can be a Christian. They can be a Buddhist. They can be anything, but they can still be affected by lower nature entities that can use them as ways to do their bidding. These lower nature entities love to see us suffer. They hate on the power that you have, that life force energy that you have. They hate that. They hate that you can use your thoughts to create your reality. They hate that we are on earth. They hate that we have these senses. They hate that we can have these experiences. So if you believe in that, you don't have to believe in that, but it is something that truly is going on. That's why they love murder. That's why they love trauma. That's why they love to see us suffer. That's why they love poverty. That's why they love these things, but we live in abundantly because we understand in the game that's being ran, so we can have a soul where they can't even exist, and they got a gate up where they can't even get past it, even the entities. Boom, let's go into it. All right, so now, what are reasons that people attack? Like I said before, people aren't going to just attack you for no apparent reason. People attack because of different things. Now, people can attack you because they're jealous. For example, you could be a victim. You could, like, this is the example I use. You could be a victim and your life start progressing. Next thing you know, the attacker is a stagnant. They like, what are you doing? They upset. So they might take it to another level and try to stop you even more. But if you're aware that they're a hater, or you're aware, first off, you need to get away from a person that hates you that much. Sometimes it can be somebody's insecurity and low self-esteem. They may not mean any harm. They may just want something, the same things in their life. But we talking about those deep, green-eyed, evil eye, jealous people. The green-eyed demon. That's what we talking about. They'll see you progressing and they'll attack. And this come in many forms. They may tell you spouse a lie. They may just bring havoc in your life. They may come to your job. They may fight you and get you fired. They don't care that they fought you. They don't care. They already low. Who cares? The attacker is envious of the victim's looks. They can be envious of just the way you look. You might be shining. It might not even be physical attraction. It might be the fact that you are exuding such good energy out because you're working on yourself. They might be jealous of your looks, so you got to be aware of that. You might walk in a room, somebody just snort their nose up at you like, damn, bro, what's your issue? What's your issue? Your soul had a fight with mine, but I'm standing here. I see you. But the next thing is the attack. They might just be in the dark magic. They might just be on the dark side. They might just like these type of things, these type of rituals, and dealing with entities and things of that nature. They might be tired of Earth. They might be fed up with the world, and they might just live in that nature. You know, people that's like that. That's in the dark arts a lot. I'm not messing with it because it comes back. You eventually have to pay the piper. Like Rumpelstiltskin, look into that. Rumpelstiltskin is a perfect example of having to pay back for the entities when you use things or you use them. You're gonna have to sacrifice something. That's the key to knowing about entities and using them. So even if they're giving you what you want, you're gonna eventually have to pay the piper. That's how it goes. But the attacker lacks self-conviction, or they living in fear themselves. They scared of their own world, and they jealous of the fact that you're not scared. Um, Negative energy can constantly be sent to someone with the intention of inflicting harm. This is when we go into the negative, the evil eye. This person can be looking at you online. This person can take your picture and put a hard intention into it and wish these things towards you. You can't keep up with everybody that has something to do towards you. That's why it's important to keep your vibration high. That's why it's important to mind your space. But this person can simply be looking at a picture of you and using certain energy to be able to magnetize. That's why people use things like piece of articles of your clothing, piece of your hair, because it still has forms of your life force energy on it. It still has your magnetism there, so they can manipulate it in their own way and put intentions behind it and have a direct connection to you that's deeper than just them thinking about you. They actually have a physical aspect of you, your hair, your semen, your menstrual blood. These things. This is all black magic. This is all rituals. Y'all know about that, right? Y'all ain't scared, are you? You know about that, right? Y'all know about that, right? Y'all ain't scared, are you? Y'all scared? Ain't nobody said nothing. Okay, there we go. There we go. I ain't want to get too deep. There we go. All right, so let's go. So we're gonna use the last 15 minutes. I actually got 30 minutes if you want to stick around. I got 3 hours here. But let's go into that because we've talked about all of that. So now let me go into protecting yourself. Now, a lot of times when we go into the protecting yourself, a lot of times when we go through a lot of times when we go into protecting ourselves, we people look for these big rituals. People look for these things that they can do. Like I tell somebody something and they'll be like, nah, that ain't enough, bro. That ain't enough, bro. I need you to hex them. I need you to do these sigils. I need to burn some candles and things. Now these things work. I'm not saying trying to say it don't, but we talking practical though. We talking practical here. We're talking practical. We're talking practical things that we can do to protect ourselves from all those things that we name. So we went into the life force energy. We went into our prana. We went into the vibrations. We went into how this is a metaphysical fight that we're dealing with. We went into the different components of ourselves, the physical body, the emotional body, and the spiritual body. We also went into auto suggestions, how a seed can be planted in us for a psychic attack. We went into the science of the psychic attack. We went into the different reasons someone would do a psychic attack, and we also went into just what can happen when you may be psychic attack. So this is there we go, practical magic, and I just had a great interview with Divination Life Coach there on her page. You can find her at Divination Life Coach. We did a good one where we talked about even subjects like this about taking your power back. So you want to check that out as well. It's on my page and hers. But okay, so here we go. So now let's go into the good stuff. All right. So, like I said, people always want something to deep with it, but it's very simple. And if you start using these things, I'm telling you, people can't see you when you start using these things. So, first off, is minding our own space, like you said, like building our aura up, building our own energy up. See, our aura is like how you could see the heat coming off the sidewalk on a summer day. You can see our auric field coming off of us. So cleansing this aura field is very important. is very important to keep this electromagnetic field of our body clean. So, like I say, the first response to a psychic attack is always to strengthen your aura and elevate your vibrational state. When you boost your vibrational state, the dark energy attacking you cannot touch you. They don't exist in this negative. They can't exist in that environment. It's not conducive with their nature. It's not conducive with them. It throws them off. They don't want to be there. They don't want to be in that clean environment. They need to go back to their filth. And if you existing in that filth, then they can attach you and they can use you. You have to be vibrating on that level at a certain level to even be influenced by. So you can start by shaking off negative emotions. You can start by shaking off negative emotions. So how do you do that? You could do things like just simple things like playing your favorite music. Write these things down. Write these things down. Just jot these things down because you're gonna say, "Oh, he said all that for these bases." I'm telling you, these things work. This is what I use. This is what I do. Play your favorite music. It don't have to be a meditation song. It just has to be a song that changes your emotional state into a positive state. Or if you're ready to ride on somebody, it might change you into, you might be listening to Tupac, get into that energy, get you into that energy. Because you're being influenced by singers and rappers and everything like that. That's definitely playing a role into your subconscious and sometimes being able to get past your conscious thought and going straight into your subconscious. Sound plays that's how the subconscious speaks, repetition in music and sound. So using sounds and playing music that corresponds with the type of vibration that you're trying to give off will do that. You can listen to an amped up song, you feel amped. You can listen to a sad song, you feel amped. You can listen to a fight song, you feel like fighting. So it's all about what type of emotion that you're trying to emit for that day, or what type of emotion are you trying to give off. So playing your favorite music, if you want to go to a high vibration, is a good thing. Listening to high vibration sounds and frequencies, 432 hertz is great. Listening to certain frequencies through headphones to make sure that you're getting the full frequency of that helps out. And so playing your favorite music, and it'll let go of certain emotions that may be there. Another way of shaking negative energy is to walk in nature, being in nature, being around the sun. I'm telling you, the sun has a direct effect on you because the sun is emitting rays that affect this electromagnetic field that's around us. The earth has an electromagnetic field, just like you have an electromagnetic field. The sun has a way of being able to raise our vibration and connect us to that. So what you do is when you go out in nature, you soak those rays of the sun in. Like some people say sun gazing. I wouldn't say that if you're not, too thorough with that. But looking out into the sun, that can help you out. If the sun's not available, just stepping in nature at that moment. Taking off your shoes, grounding yourself, having a grounding effect to the earth. Like we say, everything is energy. I said everything's going to come back together. Everything is energy. So the earth is an energy. The earth has a way of draining certain energies that are no longer conducive with our life force energy off of us by simply grounding ourselves. So going outside, taking your shoes off, that's another good one right there. We'll go into that, the radiation. Yeah, that's a deep one now. But we still think about that every night as we sleep. I would say just put it in locations that's not close to you. You might be able to use something that may be able to be plugged up, or things like that, like just plugged up far away from you, and it can play nature sounds, those little boxes that they have. You can do that while you sleep, if you can't have the headphones. But I would say just maybe with the headphones, just be up, listening to them and things like that. But okay, so then after you go into the music, so the next thing was, like we say, the nature. So changing the scenery. Another trick is to expel dark energy. We can go into things like lighting candles. We can go into things like lighting white candles, lighting incense, using incense for cleansing. Feng shui. how we have things set up in our home, in our environment, things that we have on the wall, pictures that we see day to day. Those play a major role in how our energy is affected, because our subconscious is always paying attention. So you might put an image on the wall, you may not pay attention to it, but your subconscious is registering those images that you see. So if you put things that you want to manifest, or things that bring you peace or push you forward, then that's another way to shake off psychic attacks and negative energy. So we got to change the scenery. We got the lighting of the candles and the incense, and setting a feng shui or a certain energy in your home, cleaning up. My woman always talked to me about that, but she keep the house clean. But cleaning up is another way. You have a sacred space. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Ain't that right, Beck?
That's right.
All right, cleanliness is next to godliness. So having a clean environment is another way, getting the clutter out the way. Like I say, these things sound basic, but they're practical ways to raise your vibration, and they work. The next thing is, so another way that you can do it is you can so let's keep going. Let's keep going. So with with nature, like let's say you can't get out. Let's say you don't want to get out. Just open the blinds up. Open the blinds up and let the nature come in. Let the energy come on in. Open your windows up. Let the oxygen come through. Let the life force energy come through your home. Let it flow through your home. Breathe it in. Feel it. Get a connection to it. These things is things that lower nature entities hate. They hate this. They hate positivity. They hate when you happy and got your house clean and got your windows up. You know the feeling. Especially, I know it's plenty of women here got the home. You love the feeling when your house clean, right? You know what I'm talking about. So you lighting candles. You light a white candle. That's really good to expel darkness. Listening to uplifting music, journaling, writing your ideas out, dumping those ideas out, dumping those intrusive thoughts out, doing a self-assessment of yourself, asking yourself deeper questions that can take you to outside of this physical aspect of reality, and go into your mind, go into that emotional state, go into that mental state, go into those negative thoughts that you might be being bombarded with. Write them down. Write down your intentions for the day. Journaling is a powerful way to raise your energy. Journaling matters. Writing, getting those thoughts out of your mind, bringing them into the physical, and putting them down on paper. That's another good way of doing it as well. Having house plants, having certain house plants in your home, certain aspects of nature in your home, to give off that energy, to emit that energy within your home, so your vibration will be higher. Now, all of these things is things that you can do, practical things that you can do in your home, in your space, on your time, to keep these psychic attacks away from you. Because the main thing is being able to protect your mental atmosphere. Writing is symbol, so writing speaks to the ancient. There you go. There you go. Writing is symbols. That's it. I didn't even think about that until you said that. That's right. Writing is symbols. Letters are symbols. Letters are speaking to the subconscious. When we just have these abstract thoughts, we might not be speaking to the subconscious. But putting it on that piece of paper, which is trees, which is nature, putting it on that piece of paper, putting it on out of our mind. For one, you're dumping your mind. You're dumping your mind of maybe even thoughts that someone else may have put there. Maybe scripts that you're not paying attention to. You can open that gate up for a moment and go into your subconscious mind and see what the real program there, what's really there. You feel me? You feel me? Y'all liking these so far? So we went to take a walk in nature, changing your scenery, changing your environment, making yourself a clear space. Now, if you're in an environment where you stay with someone, make a corner of your room a special place for you. Make a place where you use this for this type of work, where you use this for your journaling, where you use this for your meditations, where you use this for your visualizations, where you make it a sacred space for you, even if you can't use the whole house, or you got somebody that think you're doing voodoo because you got an altar space up, or a space, spiritual space. Have that space. Make that sacred to you. Make that an extension of this life force energy, of this divinity that's within you. Okay, so we got journaling, we got listening to uplifting music or whatever type of emotional state you want to get into. That's what the music is going to do to you. You can sing. Singing is another good way, using your voice, using your tones of your voice, making certain sounds. You can use sounds like things like that. That changes the vibration within yourself, your vocal. You're getting those things out. Singing can also be fun. My woman, she's a singer. I hate that we couldn't listen to that earlier, but yeah, those are the things that you can do. You can sing. You can sing your favorite song. Just have a certain tune that you're going to. A certain, old people always used to whistle and work. They used to whistle and work. You know what I'm saying? Just walk with a tone. Walk with a spirit inside of you, singing to yourself with a song inside of you. Those are things that work. Next thing, dancing. Dancing, moving the body, getting the body, amped up, moving the body around. Dancing always works. These are the other good things. So people say, "Oh, these are practical, that's basic, bro." No, these things are what's keeping your energy higher. This is keeping your vibration higher. I'm gonna keep going. I know it's 9:30. You gotta leave. I understand. I'm gonna keep going for another 30 minutes because I got a couple of other topics I want to hit when it comes to protecting yourself. I'm gonna go back to the. I'm gonna try and go back to the thought vibration book or the personal magnetism book, and also the psychic self-defense book. Dance to Afro beats. That's a good one. I'm just getting into Afro beats. I'm trying to get off of hip hop because that's already been bombarded. That program is already. That's why you see a lot of people dying in hip hop. That's why you see a lot of energy is negative. That's why you see a lot of energy is low. That's why you see they on pills, they on drugs, and these things like this. These all are effects of your subtle body. These are all auto suggestions that can go in your mind and create certain things that make you want to kill somebody, make you want to kill somebody that look just like you. So that's why it's very important to mind what you're listening to, even your children, even other people, mind what you the type of content that you're paying attention to, because it's all subliminal and it can all go into your subconscious mind and it can get past that gate if you allow it. 777 hertz to listen to. That's good. I mean, it just all depends on what your intention is behind the hertz. I don't know the exact frequencies of each hertz and what's the meaning behind it, but it is good books that you can use out of there. I think vibrational medicine is one, and that's a good one that kind of gives you the exact hertz and the different things that you can do. So certain hertz can fix. I wish I could find it real quick. Certain hertz have different aspects and different things that they can do. So whatever your intention is or what you're trying to get rid of, like we say, there's certain attacks are mental fall. You can be looking for clarity. You could have physical pain. You can listen to certain hertz. I was going into that hugging the trees as well. You can do it at certain hertz, things of that nature. Yeah, keep writing things in here that help you as well. I'm not the only one that knows these things. Continue to write things here that you do to raise your vibration if I'm not hitting those points, because other people are looking at the chat. So I appreciate everybody that's participating. Um, Another one, cleaning your body. You keep your body clean, huh? That's another way to make sure that you are also essential oils. That's a good one. That's a good one. But that's another good one. Drumming, drums, all sound vibration. There we go. Sound vibration. Let's build it up now. Let's build the energy up now. Keep it going. Juvenile. You keep your body clean, huh? You know what I mean? That's it. You keep your body clean, right? You clean your body every day. You gotta clean your emotional body, your metaphysical body. But keeping your body clean is another way. Keeping your body clean is another way. People that's dirty, that's musty, that's walking around dusty, you can see it on them. There we go. We going in the spiritual path. There we go. We going into it. We going into it. Y'all already on the wavelength. We just reminding each other. It's just positive. It's just positive energy. You sometimes you need these reminders. People walk around, they dirty, they dusty. One of the first things when you're depressed, the main thing you don't want to do is clean yourself. You don't want to clean your house, you don't want to clean yourself. This could be a form of a psychic attack. You know? People walking around, they don't care about their physical body. They don't care. They might be eating bad food. They don't care about their physical body at all. So they don't even clean themselves. But taking a shower, water cleanses you. Water cleanses you. Someone talked about a spiritual bath here, and that's what and you hit it right at the right time. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about water. let's talk about the elements of the world. Like we say, we got air, we got water, air being the life force energy, air being the metaphysical, air being the breathing we take. These are all aspects of ourselves. So let's go into the water. Taking a shower meditation. Shower meditation works. So in the morning, before you go to work, before you go do whatever you're about to do, take you a shower. If you ain't able to take a bath, we're gonna go into the bath next. But taking a shower, visualizing yourself. Once again, we're using the thought vibrations. Visualize yourself in the shower. As you're in the shower, all you see is the water cleansing you and taking away the negativity, taking away the energy that has been put on you, taking away the attacks that may have came to you, taking away from the energy of vampires that you may have experienced that day or about to experience. So you visualize the water just taking it down the drain and being used off of you, just taking it off of you, draining it into the drain. Another aspect of water, before we go into the bath, another aspect of water is sitting next to water, going to moving streams of water. If you're in a situation where you're near water that is moving, it's giving off negative ions. Negative ions have a positive effect on our body and our being. So that's another aspect of it as well. Now, spiritual baths. Um, Hold on, let me see. I want to go into that negative ions real quick because that makes that also that shows how connected we are on an energetic layer to this. And this is something I just looked up because I want to go into these negative ions. I want to show you how we're all connected. All this is connected. Yes, hydration is so important. Right now, my lady got me some fruit water. It got oranges. What you got in here? Oranges, cucumbers, grapes, and it's amping me up. Oh, what is that? Oh, berries, blueberries. So yeah, hydration is so important. Ocean cleanse, wind cleanse on the beach, sitting in front of fire for fire cleanse, use the elements, forest cleanse. There we go. There we go. There we go. And let me tell you how this works. This is coming from WebMD. Let's go to WebMD since people want to know. Negative ions are odorless, tasteless, and invisible molecules that we inhale in abundance in certain environments. Think mountains, waterfalls, and beaches. Once they reach our bloodstream, these negative ions are believed to produce biochemical reactions that increase levels of the mood chemical serotonin, helps alleviate depression, relieve stress, and boost our daytime energy. Boom. This is coming directly from WebMD. These are things that help us. They may not say it's metaphysical, they may call it negative ions, but that's all energy. So sitting by streams of water have a very way of bringing your energy up and grounding yourself in that nature and having those your feet in the water and things like that. Um, the power of negative ions, you sit your foot on the beach or walk beneath the waterfall, while part of the euphoria is simply being around those wondrous settings and away from normal pressures of home and work. The air circulating in the mountains and the beach is said to contain tens of thousands of negative ions, much more than the average home or the office building. And the way that you can get negative ions flowing in your home is just like someone said there, where you're using aromatherapy and certain things of that nature, and also sage. And we're going to talk about that next. But people with winter and chronic depression show that negative ion generators relieve depression and negative and help with antidepressants. So having things in your house that release negative ion, such as generators and things of that nature. So those are basically just going into the negative ions and the importance of being in nature and the effect that water can have. So let's go back here. We still going into other things that can protect you from being attacked. All of these are things, they're practical, but they are things that keep your soil of your subconscious fertile for things that you want. You're building yourself up on these things. So walking in nature, changing scenery, letting the sun shine in, staring at the sun, using white candles, lighting candles for certain intentions and certain things to bring your mind to a certain level. You can pay attention to the flames, to work on your concentration, things like that. Like they said in here, aromatherapy is good. Sitting next to water, running water on a beach, these things like that was good. Self-massage, rest, nutrition. Boom, there we go. There we go. All these things they told us to do are really things that help us stop being physically attacked or spiritually attacked. All of these things are really used for this. This is simple principles. Another thing, shaking your body, shaking the negative, shaking the energy out of you, the stagnant energy, shaking your whole body, using your body, shaking it. That can also raise your frequency. Exercise, doing certain exercises. It doesn't have to be extreme. Sometimes I just run in place. I'm not the most biggest exercise type person or anything like that. I try to walk. I try to do stretches and things of that nature. And I'm going to give you a stretch from that actual personal magnetism book that I've been using lately, and it really helps. And I was using it subconsciously before I read it, even in the book. The next thing here, it says here, standing barefoot in nature. We already got that. It let the negative energy return back to the earth. The earth has a way of transmuting that energy. Hugging a tree. People might think that's funny, but trees are emitting a certain energy, just like you are. And when you hug that tree, you are giving off energy, and that tree can soak in that energy. That little energy that you have from a psychic attack or anything like that. You think the earth worried about that? No, the earth is transmuting that to their advantage. It's not worried about that. It's not worried about that when it comes to that. Our energy is nothing compared to nature's energy. Or we're all connected, shall I say. Our energy is just as powerful, but we're all connected, and it has a way of transmuting it. That's why when you go outside and you just have a moment, is deep breathing exercises, the breath again. So we're going back into the breathing. Now, this is the one that comes from, and I'm going to just give an example of it. This is the one that comes from the practical, I'm sorry, Personal Magnetism by William Walker Atkinson. This is one of the exercises that it used to be able to build your magnetism up. Now, the way that it broke it down, and it made so much sense when I read this. So when you're breathing, one of the main things with your breath, what do you do when you're angry? You breathe hard, right? You breathing hard when you're mad, like when you was little. Let's say you sad, you might just, you're breathing. Your breath has a certain role that it plays with certain emotions of being mad. You're angry, you're breathing hard, you might be tired, restoring yourself. When else? You might be angry at somebody might say, go outside and take a breath, get some fresh air. You know what I mean? Just like breathe it off. They tell you, you go into therapy and they tell you to calm down, they tell you to count down. But that's the natural state of your body. Your breath has a way of resetting your energy for different reasons. So using it naturally and consciously is another way to raise your vibration and raise your frequency when you're finding yourself out of your out of your um out of your element, using your breath. Now, a lot of times people want to do countdowns and they want to just, this is what this book said now. Now I love guided meditations and I love breath exercises, box breathing and things like that. You can look that up. But I want to talk about just the natural way of doing it, the practical way of doing it. Sometimes you just got to be at the red light and just take a breath, a natural breath. Sometimes you have to hold your breath for just a moment. You can be in line. You could be at the grocery store. You could be anywhere. Just what do you do when you're aggravated? You might just sigh. My daughter always doing that. She just sighing. And you do it naturally. You're thinking about something. Your breath, it's a lot of natural things that happen that we do subconsciously. So having an effect on your breathing has a direct effect on your vibration that you give off. So just taking a breath sometime It's a very strong way to do it. And in personal magnetism, they say don't worry about the counting. Let it be natural. Don't worry about how many times you need to do it a day. Do it when you feel it. Do it when you feel it. Don't, it's no set amount. I can't tell you, oh, do this 3 times a day to do for 5 times. No, do it when you feel it. If you're feeling it right now, you done got a lot of information from me. Just when you get done with this, just breathe it out. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna breathe it off. I'm gonna bring the energy in. But that's another way. Now let's go into the this is one of the ones that I was doing subconsciously without knowing it. What goes back into moving the body. All of these things again is to protect you from psychic attacks. We only have 15 minutes, so I'm just going to kind of bombard it here so it don't cut it off in the middle of me trying to do all of that. But like we said, so let me read it back though. Some of the things that we did before I go into the stretch. So we got shaking your body, we got exercising, we got nature, we got being next to streams of water, we got journaling, we got music, turning off negative media, paying attention, being consciously aware of the media that you pay attention to, make your own medium, make your own news, make your own vision board, make your own reality by putting thoughts together on things that you actually want to say, make your own content, listen to things that people that are in alignment with what you're trying to do, take people off your timeline that are not talking about things that you want to be a part of, unfollow people, do things like that's modern day ways of making sure that your mind is not influenced by subconscious interferences and subconscious programming that people are using to fit their agenda. You have your own agenda. Remember that. So you make your world and you create your world and you make it conducive with those things that you're trying to do. So listening to music, the breathing, the natural breathing. Also, conscious breath work works as well. But that natural breathing at any time that you're feeling it, it's the perfect time. What do you do when you wake up in the morning? You yawn and you stretch, correct? Oh, you yawn and you stretch, correct? It's all natural. It's all things that are naturally there. You feeling out of whack, you stretch. You doing something, concentrating real hard. Next thing you know, you got to stretch it off. You got to breathe it off. You might be doing some work and you stretch it. Boom, that's another way. So this is another one after you're breathing, and while you're doing that breathing, you should practice stretching. This is when a lot of people go into yoga. This is when a lot of people go into body scans, like we did at the beginning. So having a conscious awareness of these stretches is a good thing. Now, this is how they tell you to do it in there, and I'm gonna try to break this down real quick. You lay down and you stretch your arms out fully. You put your arms out fully as you laying down. You put your legs out fully. You stretch it as far as you can go. Now you put your hands above your head as far as you can go. You do this while laying down. You put your arms above your head as far as you can go. Whole time you still breathing. Natural breath though. You still breathing. You pull your where your fingers at. You stretch your fingers. You stretch your fingers. You stretch your fingers. You stretch your wrists. You stretching your fingers. Your feet, you stretch your toes, you stretch your feet, you do these different things with your body. You pull your leg up as far as you can go. Now be careful with it. We getting old, so be careful with it. But what this is doing is this is changing that, what we said at the beginning, that nerve force energy. It's changing that. It's changing your chemistry. It's knocking the old energy off of you and making new. It's refreshing you. It's restoring you. So these things are good. You do your back. You stretch from side to side. Just these simple stretches. You bend down, you touch your toes and things like that. And just do these different stretches. And these stretches helps revitalize your life force energy, your vibration. You got to move this body or you lose this body. That's what my mama say. Then you go into, then another one is saging and smudging. So now when we talk about saging, or when we talking about smudging, a lot of people just look at it from the spiritual aspect of it and don't really know that, the smoke of the sage is releasing those negative ions. It's releasing those negative ions as well. So it's changing the atmosphere of and cleaning the air. It's actually cleaning the air. It's taking bacteria out of the air. with these with this saging and smudging. So what you do is you light the sage if you're not familiar with aura. You're hitting that magnet, you're hitting that energy, you're hitting that aura in that in your mental atmosphere. You're hitting that. You're hitting all aspects of yourself. You're saging yourself. You're cleansing that energy. You're restoring that vital force around you. That's another way. And this is sage. This is white sage here. And it's used for protection as well as cleansing. The other thing is frankincense and myrrh. Like we say, with certain incense, using frankincense and myrrh. Frankincense and myrrh has very good benefits that you can use in order to be able to cleanse yourself and protect yourself. Spiritual baths. Next thing is a spiritual bath using Epsom salt. Using certain salt in the spiritual bath has a way of restoring and revitalizing that life force energy. So those things, and then also being around people that got good vibes, being around positivity, taking classes like this, keeping your mind state on protecting yourself, keeping your mind state on building your knowledge, keeping your mind state of just positivity and bringing yourself up. I'm telling you, the negativity and the psychic attacks cannot exist in a high vibrational environment. So now, I hope everybody's good. We only got 10 minutes. We only got 2 minutes. I'm gonna breathe it off real quick and I'm gonna give a quick rundown and I'm gonna let y'all know what to do after this and what to expect. I hope you guys enjoyed this information. Let me know if you enjoyed this information. Let me know if this was good information or good tips or you got something out of it or you got your money's worth. I just want to make sure, everybody. I want to make sure because I ain't here to scam you. I'm here to put it down. I'm here to give you practical ways, like I said, to protect yourself and also why these things happen. So let me know. And if you got any questions, hopefully I can answer it real quick. But this is a good time to ask for it. And then you can go back and listen to it. Oh, I'm loving it. What's up, Daniel? I ain't heard you today. Vibrate higher. We vibrate so high. Vibrate so high. Vibrate so high that nothing can stop us. We vibrate so high that no psychic attack can come up against us. We vibrate so high that we create our own world. We vibrate so high that we healing people around us. We vibrate so high that anybody standing next to us is going to catch a blessing. We vibrate so high that we standing at the front door of the gate when they walk up. You see? We standing at the gate now. So when they try to run that game on you ladies, you're standing at the gate now. Fellas, when they try you at work, you standing at the gate now. When you know that somebody hates you, you standing at the gate now. You telling them. You telling them. You telling them. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay. Yeah. So you see how it go. You see how I tried to stop it. But we vibrate so high that we healing ourselves. We vibrate so high that we healing the world. We vibrate so high that someone standing next to us, they gonna catch a blessing. We vibrate so high that we have a full understanding of what we want to bring in our world. We vibrate so high that we have an understanding of when someone's trying to run game on us. We vibrate so high that now we know how our body works. We vibrate so high that we know how our emotions work. We vibrate so high now that we know how our spiritual body works. We vibrate so high that we know we don't have to be scared of anybody trying to do any type of psychic attack. You stronger than that. You more than that. Believe in yourself and take advantage of some of these exercises. And if you need more help, holler at me. I ain't scared of them. Let's see. Hey, yeah. New message. Yeah. Elvis has left the building, but I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all sticking around the extra 30 minutes. I thank you. Just to kind of go over everything, what we're gonna do, just pretty much here. I'm gonna send out an email. You're gonna receive an email. It's not gonna be from Eventbrite. This email is actually gonna be from me. And just search Mind Alignment in your email. It might be the next 2-3 days, so don't worry, 2-3 days or something like that. But it's gonna be the psychic book, self defense. Then it's also going to be the William Walker Atkinson book. It's going to be a recording of this, so you'll be able to go with that. What else I got to send y'all? What else I got to send y'all? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's it. Yeah. The 2 books. So be on the lookout for 2 books. Oh yeah, no, it's also going to have a YouTube link for that other one. And the sleeping meditation, I got to make that, Miss Barbie. I got to make that. I got to make the sleeping meditation for real. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make that just for you. If you follow me on Insight Timer, that's where you can get some of that. Oh yeah, and then the sleeping tablet. So anything dealing with the sleep, just look for a video on me real quick here. Probably the next couple of days, I'm gonna make a sleeping video there. Yeah, Insight Timer is free. I'm there. My meditations are there. Just look for Ricky Prestige Leverett Jr. I'm gonna send you so much. I'm gonna send you so much. Yeah, protection from my own family. You do. You do. You usually the ones the most closest to you. They're usually the ones that can have the most powerful effect because they know you best and they got access to you. They got access to things that carry your energy. So just stay strong and don't let it hit you hard too hard. Don't let it hit you hard too hard. You know what to do. You got this. Like she say, you got this. Keep studying the literature. Use Nature Queen, and then that book, the Psychic Self Defense, is way more deeper. You know, if you're a little bit further than just these things, it goes way more deeper into sigils. It go way more into protection and things of that nature. So I truly appreciate you and thank you for being here. And I thank you for your support. We're gonna keep this thing going. Appreciate you, Daniel. Y'all hold it down. Have a good rest of your night. Vibrate high. We out.
I had to catch Jen. I fell asleep right before. I don't know. Are we still on?
No, I'm about to end it. I just want to make sure everybody's good. I don't figure out how to get out of here. You're welcome. You're welcome, Miss Vanessa.